hate puppies. It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Don't worry, Troy. There's a whole keg down there. Yeah, you'll make it. I just haven't tapped it yet. I just saw that panicked look in your eyes like,
Are we out of
bro,
beer?
is this all we have? Is
No, I was
Miller
just
Lite?
showing you. You're drinking coffee, and I'm drinking a Miller Lite coffee.
Well, you're a grown-up. See? And I just happen to be, I'm just here, man. I'm just here today.
We're barely here.
We got a beer, a coffee, and a Perrier. Let's go.
Let's rock it out.
Still, you're not helping. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Hope you guys had a great week. I know it's been actually a couple weeks since we recorded, but since we're so good at what we do, you wouldn't know that.
Never notice.
We did have 2 episodes come out.
Seamless.
See, because we are professionals. I believe that's the technical term, right?
What about next week?
Actually, we'll talk about that after
Yeah.
the show. I do have some concerns.
Yes.
I would say we double up right now, but considering we have a hard stop in 1 hour,
1 hour and 15, 20 minutes.
it's
Hard
going
stop.
to be a quick one.
Why don't we have a hard stop? We usually can record as much as we want.
Yeah.
Well, today is the first day of the NFL season.
Tomorrow should be get rid of Labor Day and move to the Monday after the first NFL day. That's the national holiday. Combine them.
If we start going down this road, though, it's like, oh, wild card games. We need a holiday the next day. Super Bowl.
Now
we
you
need
sound like my wife because that's exactly what she said.
Well, I mean, it's the oldest argument out there for, Sunday for football.
Well, I've always said
and then
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
I said, first week last week, the end.
Yeah, but then you go into the Final Four. Like, why is everything on Mondays? Why is everything on late Sundays?
Yeah, that sucks when it's the Final Four is always on Monday.
Yeah, and you're going to bed at
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the most ridiculous setup
Yeah.
in the whole damn thing. I mean,
Game
they
starts
already,
at like 9:15.
they
Like,
already
what the
drag
hell?
that all out. Just run it on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Yeah, because they do what I guess they do Friday, Saturday, and then the championship games Monday.
No, it's always it's the Thursday, Saturday setup for games, and then Friday, Sunday games. But the last weekend is usually it's a Saturday, the Final Four, and then Monday.
That's
is
right.
that last night, and that's a brutal night.
Well, I'm fired up because today is today.
Yes,
Today's open. Actually, and football season sucks as far as I'm concerned.
No, you
already.
love you.
Nope.
You have contenders in the game.
No, I don't. Apparently, I saw the Bears. I saw the Bears play last week or on Thursday night, and I can assure you of this: that team is trash. It's actually, you know what? Allow that to be one of my many famous quotes that comes not true. That would be fantastic. I'm like, they're the worst, and then it's like,
I would like
Super
for
Bowl
you to
champs.
reverse jinx it, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, that game was. I didn't even watch most of it because it was so bad to watch.
Oh, it's pretty simple stuff. It's Bears defense good, Bears offense really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
yeah. But for the first game of the NFL, 100 years, and you get a
10-3.
10-3, which is pretty.
That's
tough.
pretty much what the scores were 100 years ago.
That same night, the Cubs also scored 10 runs, but got the W. So I was like,
Saw
next
that.
time I want the Cubs to play the Packers because at least they're in the same ballpark. It would be 10-10. We would have had to go to extra innings.
I mean, you would think, like, the Bears hold the pack to 10. You would think, all right. If I told you that before the game, you'd be like, hell yeah. Like
100%.
Yeah, I like my chances.
Win. That's a W.
Trubisky
because-
literally looked, when they panned to him on the sideline, he looked like he didn't know where he was. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like he knew he was out-dueled and out everything.
Yeah, I've given
did
up.
not look good.
I've given up. I mean, I'll be all back in next week.
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
be wearing colors.
Yeah.
But today I'm wearing the same clothes I was wearing 24 hours ago. This has been I had our neighborhood block party last night.
Yeah, buddy.
Which
How'd that
is-
go?
it was-
afternoon into the night.
It's always a good time, man. There's just something about throwing a neighborhood block party. We get all the neighbors to come out and it's the one time a year everybody stands around and really talks. Because typically, it's like walking down the street, small talk.
Passing ships in the night.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's busy. You get tied up with life.
Yeah,
But
it's just small
we do
talk.
those things in our neighborhood, and I tell you, if you don't do it, do it and take it upon yourself, and you host it.
Yeah. Oh, it cost me a couple $100 because I buy the bounce house and I buy all that stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, it's
Worth every
well
penny.
worth.
How
well
many,
worth.
how many
it.
people you get?
I would say, well, based on the popcorn machine, which served 50, we had 3 people here. So I don't know.
Tons of popcorn.
Yeah, I had a lot of popcorn left over. On
You
a
didn't
positive,
have Mr. Softy come back, did you?
hell no, because 2 years ago when I had Mr. Softy come, he put a quota on the thing. He said you gotta sell $150 worth of ice cream, and I'll drive out there
At
and do
$3
it.
a cone.
And so he's finishing up at the end, and I was like, well, how'd we do? You know, how much we selling? He's like $75. I was like, $75. They're like, yeah, so you owe us $150. I was like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it is. You got 150 quota. I was like, then I need 40 milkshakes.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
And all of us in the neighborhood had like freezers full of milkshakes and sundaes as we left. And my neighbor damn near cost him his life because
Yeah.
he's diabetic and he had 3 cups of ice cream.
Yeah.
Started feeling everything going awry, ran inside, took a shot, came back out, had 3 more sundaes of ice cream.
Damn.
And I was like, you, my friend, you are the real hero here. But I can't risk losing a neighbor for an ice cream truck, so I'm out. The ice cream truck's done.
I'd be like, I think if I was the Mr. Softy there, I'd be like, let's meet in the middle. How about you give me 125? Like, I feel like making that many frozen concoctions just to meet the quota doesn't really serve you much either. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're profiting, but you're also literally throwing away all of your product.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's there for the dollars.
Yeah, I guess
know?
it all equals out.
They churn that cream into dollar bills. They don't care
Well,
how
there's
it
a
happens.
lifespan on that stuff too, so
Exactly.
he might
Our
need to get rid of it.
Let's see, our neighborhood block, we did the Kona ice truck.
Yeah.
And that guy was $150 for an hour, I think it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit more, but it wasn't like a per serving or an amount or anything. It was just, here everybody gets small cups and it's as many as you want for the hour. And those slushies ended up being great with tequila and vodka.
See, that's the other thing. You can't just go pouring a beer on top of a milkshake. That tastes like shit. Your plan was much better. Yeah. Stu, you're in charge of the block party.
And
next
that makes sense too, because even if you agree to the price, like if Brendan had agreed to just pay the guy $150, and for whatever amount of time, you wouldn't feel like you're getting shortened at the end of the day. You just be like, okay, cool, you came out, you made milkshakes and ice cream.
The kids absolutely love it because the taps are on the side of the truck, and they just get a cup and just go.
They do suicides.
Dude, I like anything with the tap on the side of the truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I see that and go,
Rolling.
I'm interested.
Have you been to the bars that have their own
Love
taps with the
But
the cards in them?
whenever they foam up, you're still paying for that ounce.
Yep.
That's the catch. They have to do a real good job of keeping those lines clean. But when it works,
It's like
the best.
It's like the self-checkout thing. It's like you are making more money now because I am self-serving over here. No bartender. Like,
they do have to check you. Like when your Dave & Buster's card gets to a certain ounces of booze, they make you go up and at least look the person in the eye so they can recharge your card.
you had 400 ounces of beer today, sir.
But the thing that always gets me caught up is my wife always goes with me,
Uh-huh.
but then she always uses my card.
Oh.
And
So
so
you're double timing on.
yeah, so they're like, holy crap, man.
Well, what's the arcade bar down Scott's Addition?
Circuit.
Circuit, yeah. They've got they got all your
I've
beer.
yet to go there.
They got all your beer taps, and they're like in order from most expensive to cheap end. At the, from Coors all the way up to Guinness at one end. But the 1/4 section of it is the sangria and vino and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
awesome.
like sangria on tap. All right, let's just do
That's
this.
trouble.
It's a good time. It's a good time. You can slip into a coma over a game of Donkey Kong. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
But yeah, the block party went off really well yesterday, man.
Nice.
And I found out, I was pretty excited about this, that one of my neighbors is a listener.
Oh,
So
really?
Shout out to Mike.
Nice.
Like, pretty excited about that. Like, there was a moment where, like, I thought he was a listener because he'd made a dong sarong comment once. And I'm like, who knows about dong sarongs? Like, that's interesting. But so, like, we were standing there and we got a moment where we were, like, just together without all the other neighbors around. And he was like, hey, man, I got to tell you, you guys are doing an awesome job on the podcast. He's
I like Mike. I like
yeah,
that
Mike
dude.
is all right,
He's a good
man.
dude.
good guy.
So he's like, man, I've noticed lately, this is how I know he's a real listener. He's like, I've noticed lately they're coming out on Friday, so I can't listen to it on the way to work on Friday. And I'm like, oh,
true.
You do
okay.
know.
Subtle dig. Thanks, Mike.
Get your act together. Go
Yes,
back.
I'm slacking.
Yeah, no, I was psyched though, man, because he knew all about it and he was talking about random episodes and he was going back. He's like, I went back and checked one out called The Wedding Suit and was laughing. I was like, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, this is all right. So, yeah, I was pretty excited. So I reached in my pocket, handed him an ITPH koozie. The rest of the day, he was rocking colors.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a random text from a buddy with a random quote that I had said on the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, you're a listener, cool, man." So shout out to Adam. That's always nice.
It's nice when that stuff creeps out of the woodwork like that, especially when it's organic like that.
Yeah.
You weren't like fishing for it, you know.
Yeah, he's new. He found out a few weeks ago that we were doing one, and he's a friend through baseball, and he went back and started listening. And
Nice.
hopefully he will continue. He said it was pretty funny.
We'll see if he hears that comment. See, I have faith. All right, we're having a race.
Who gets
To what?
contacted first?
Yes,
Who gets
if Mike reaches out to
All
me
right,
before, come on, Mike.
Go.
I got 5 on Mike.
I got 5 on Adam.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So
I like that.
Whoever
I like
gets
that.
text first
Yeah.
gets the 5 spot.
I don't think Mike has my number, so I do need.
So this is
and
coming
you
out.
can't tell him.
No, you can't bring it up.
Okay.
So this is coming out Thursday.
Maybe.
Give or take.
Give or take a. So
take a
let's
day.
go. Let's go 3.5 on the 3.5 weeks over under.
Oh, my guy's a 1 weeker.
Yeah,
1 weeker.
I think Adam will be all over it.
Okay.
Adam is weak.
Oh God,
He's weak.
Mike wishes he was Adam.
No. Well, we shall see. I like this. This is a good bet. This is how you know it's opening day of football season. The money
Yes,
is already
we are
coming
ready
out of my
to start
pocket.
Spending money.
I'm going to start betting on
Man.
everything, like just randomly. But yeah, yesterday was cool, man. We had a long. It's a long day,
Yeah.
as you can imagine.
Today's gonna be long.
Today's going to be long.
First
and then-
day of fantasy food, which I heard
Fantasy
that
food.
Thomas is bringing something, and he will not tell anyone.
I've got the inside scoop. I'll tell you after this. He's bringing the pain. This is going to be good.
tell us
Bringing
now.
the pain.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Tell us now, because the listeners won't know. I mean, it'll be after.
Yeah,
the
basically he's doing like Italian beefs, like so.
Nice.
like,
Oh.
He's had roast beef sitting in a crock pot all day, like
Nice.
soaking in the au jus, and he's gonna have multiple air fryers
fact.
going.
You
with
hit a grand
different-
slam with that.
I did, and people love that stuff.
Yeah.
and he's got different kinds of cheese sauces, spicy, not spicy.
Oh,
That'll
my
go.
God.
Then he's got curly fries, regular fries. Like
What?
yeah, he's
Damn.
gonna have air fryers running all day.
Fucking Arby's up in here.
I'm pretty psyched about this. I'm pretty
That's
psyched about
fucking
this.
awesome.
But I don't know how much food I honestly need because the popcorn maker thing happened last night, and when it was done, one of the girls was nice enough to empty out all of the remaining popcorn, and she put it in this like one of those giant Ziploc bags, like the
Yeah.
huge ones.
You got tons of popcorn left over.
I swept
I
up a
don't.
lot of.
Oh, you don't.
No,
I
because
swept up a lot of popcorn in here.
yeah, that's because after everybody
face.
left last night, I was sitting out here about 11 o'clock, and I was like, all right, time to switch to Waters, and I'm like chugging Waters, and I'm looking at the popcorn, and was like, I ate a gallon-sized bag of popcorn at 11 o'clock last night. I could just feel, I put it down about halfway through, like, you're being disgusting. And then, like, the angel on my shoulder was like, no, you're not, just do it. And I was like, sweet, all right, everyone's in.
You guys remember the at
So
Price?
hard.
Do you remember at Price Club the big
Oh,
the
yeah,
big chief
yep.
bag, the big
Yep.
yellow, like it's the size of a punching bag.
It looks like
filled
a
Yeah.
body pillow for,
Yeah.
like, a pregnant
Body
woman,
pillow,
you
that's
know?
exactly
You don't know how
right.
old the popcorn is, but damn, you could just eat that shit forever.
good. though.
Popcorn's so hard to stop.
That was the problem. Is I put it down about halfway through the bag, and I was feeling all gross, and I had a sip of water, and then like the taste went away, and my mouth was like, "So could we have the rest of the bag?" I was like, "Yeah, you know what? You can, mouth.
Let's
This
go.
is gonna be good." So
This is going great.
I ate it all.
I'd like to have some today, but I guess it's all gone.
I can make some more. Well, the dude did come by and take the
Popcorn.
popcorn machine, yeah, which is always interesting because when he dropped it off at 9 a.m. And I'm literally dragging out of bed, walking out like, "Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, we're gonna set up here." And then he shows back up at 9
And you're-
p.m.
and you're
I'm like,
blasted.
"My friend, what is up?" And I was like helping him take down the bounce house. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta stomp this out." I was like, "I hope you stomp out air." And I'm like staggering around. Like, what am I doing? But I'm just so helpful.
He's gonna see that a lot, right?
Yeah, he was like, "This is a great gig because I don't have to go to a lot of like." Where I go, people are happy. I was like, I bet
Yeah.
you don't get a lot of funeral, like bounce house requests. And he's like, no, hasn't happened. He's like, the day it does, I'll retire. I was like, yeah, that's a good call.
My Uncle Bob wants us to do
Yeah,
this today.
I need that popcorn machine. Oh, you got like a birthday party or like a graduation? No, it's a wake.
Yeah, it's just
It's good to go.
the person was
Grandpa love popcorn.
the person was really young. He would have liked a bounce house here.
Oh no!
Oh, that's bad.
That's
no,
bad.
okay, I'm out. He was telling me that he said no joke that yesterday he had a bounce house at a place that was already one of those trampoline places. So,
Oh, really?
so he said they set up the bounce house
in the trampoline joint?
in the trampoline place. So he said when he pulled up, he looked in and he could see the bounce house jumping into the upper windows of the
They
place.
put it on the
Oh.
trampoline?
They put it on the damn trampoline thing, and it was like a double
Damn.
bounce the whole time.
You can't do that safely.
No,
That thing has a
absolutely not.
machine. That thing has a blower that has to inflate it, so that blower's bouncing up and down the whole
He
time.
said they had the blower set up, and it had a long enough that it was just the tube was just
Oh my
bouncing.
God.
Was that his equipment they were using?
Yet he didn't even seem to mind. Like I like this
Oh.
guy.
There's probably a clause that you sign that says
Yeah.
anything you damage, you're on the hook for. So he's like, "Shit, rip it, give me a new one."
Yeah, but it's the same. He's probably got the like the death waiver. He's not responsible
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, he didn't seem mad. So shout out to John. That guy is definitely
Bounce-
laid back with his
bounce
bounce
houses
house.
are so cool because when we were kids, like you might see one.
Yeah, they
Like,
weren't a thing.
If you saw one, it was a big deal. Now it's like you said, Brendan, you can just call a guy and drop it off in your front yard, like for $100. Like,
And legit bounce house. Like this wasn't some little.
Oh, yeah.
He said that they have a slide that all it is like
just a huge slide.
16 feet wide, huge slide. You just go up and slide down it. And I was like, well, how tall are you talking? And he's like, probably about the height of your house.
Yeah, 25
I was
feet.
like,
20, 25 feet.
holy shnikes. I want to get that. Like, that sounds like a good way to hurt yourself.
Put a hose up there.
But I tell you
That's
what,
exactly what I said to him. He
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
we don't condone that. I was like, well, you had a bounce house in a bounce place, so
Yeah.
I'm going to put a hose on it.
yeah, I think it was like 8 years ago. We did that first rental of a bounce house and a bounce house water slide combo.
Oh, yeah.
And the kids absolutely loved it. But it was like $500 for a 4-hour rental. I mean, it was a huge one.
Yeah.
And then I priced it out, broke down, and I got one.
You bought
For-
one.
I bought one for
Nice.
$800, and it lasted 4 years, and it was well worth it. But damn, and you know me with the.
So $800, that gets you a legit bounce house?
It was a dual slide on either side, water
Dual
slide,
slide.
dual slides,
Nice.
water slides, and it was a 10x10 bounce house in the middle.
10 by 10. I can't bounce in that.
It was
Come
just
on.
for the kid, not for.
I'm doing
yeah.
flips.
We're gonna go adult, aren't we?
Oh, my wife last night, the guy shows up.
Was she bouncing
hasn't-
in it?
She hasn't so much as set foot in the bounce house all day. Dude shows up. He's like, I'm taking it down. And she's like, wait. It's adult swim time. And like, she and my buddy Thomas went running in there, and then they're bouncing. And I'm standing there with the bounce house dude while he's trying to collect. Like, sorry about the adults. They're a bit difficult to corral.
The kids are passed out, but these damn adults.
I'm sure he's seen it before.
Oh yeah, he goes. You'd be surprised how often this happens, where the adults realize that the time is coming to an end. The kids aren't in there.
I bet you he's got some stories.
Oh, he's got some stories. He was the one story I didn't. He's like, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff I find in here, It's like,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
after adult parties. And I was like, you don't have to tell me. Like,
Just tell me you cleaned up.
yeah, like I actually
Tell
don't.
me you
wanna-
wiped it down.
I don't want to know that story. You know?
Speaking of adults and bounce houses, I was watching. It's been on heavy rotation on cable. Revenge
Revenge
of the
Nerds,
Yeah.
dude. I'm
Dude,
with you on
so
that.
I watched that movie the end of it the other day, and I was like, this movie wouldn't fly in 2019 on so many levels. They do so many fucked up things in that movie.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
First, the panty raid, which I mean, you go straight to jail now.
yep.
Put the cameras in there.
Which is
Straight jail time.
straight illegal. Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
end
but
of the
you can still
movie,
do that with
he
the-
basically rapes her
I was about to say he wore a mask,
Yeah.
pretended to be someone else. Yeah, you know what? Fuck
in the bounce
those
house.
nerds.
And then to top it off, so then he lands her, right? Well, while the rape scene's going on,
Is that what we're calling it now? We're just right to that. That's officially
what it
the
is.
scene. No, I mean, look, I agree with you. I'm actually really upset with these nerds.
Yeah.
I've been a beta dude
Yeah,
for life.
alpha
though.
beta for life.
Alpha beta for life. I mean, that's just
so while that's
How
going
I roll.
on, the alpha beta see that the nerds are their booth is gangbusters. They're selling pies, right? So they go over there and they eat the pie. He's
Yeah,
got
and what is it?
topless pictures of the girl he's raping on there.
this
Then
is
he-
the worst movie ever. Can
Then
we?
he lands the girl. What's he gonna say after that? Oh, you're my girlfriend now. Sorry about posting not posting because it's not social media, but sorry about handing out pictures of you topless to everyone on campus.
Mom, how'd you meet Dad?
It was
Funny
about
story.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
We'll go visit him at the county jail later.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
mean-
really never thought it. That seriously is. That's some messed up stuff going on in that movie.
Very messed up.
But they were all like that then. That's 1984.
That one's particularly. It just goes to show you,
Time-
nerds suck.
Yes.
Nerds suck.
I was going to say times are changing, but you're correct. Nerds suck.
No, I'm just anti-nerd. Alpha beta for life. Those guys didn't do anything wrong.
No.
If you look at it, they didn't really do anything wrong.
No.
They might have.
They
might
did
have been
trash the house at the end. That was a little
Okay,
much.
they may be a little bit rude to people, but they're
Yeah.
not committing crimes.
No. Yeah, they made fun of them and mocked them.
You know why though? It's because they had the backbone of a good coach. The
Yes.
coach had them focused
Football.
on the task at hand.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh.
Those nerds had the CTE. I don't know how that worked. Dude, how come no one's talking about the fact that Antonio Brown clearly has CTE? Get him off the
He
field.
obviously has something wrong
Get
with
him
his
off
head.
the field. This dude shouldn't even be playing football anymore.
Well,
He's
get everybody up to speed just so they
Yeah.
where we stand.
he's an asshole.
Okay, well there's that.
And he was fired, and he was hired.
He's just-
he
he's
gets
completely manic.
So he gets traded from the Steelers to the Raiders for a 3rd round and a 5th round pick. He's nothing but a cancer the whole time through training camp, not showing up, not being a good teammate. He goes off on the GM, so they bench him, they cut him.
Wow.
Or not cut him. They suspend him for the game. Then they
Yeah.
unsuspend him a day later, say he's playing on Sunday. Then they cut him. Now he's free to go to any team, and he ends up with the freaking Patriots, the most strict team in all of NFL.
If there's anyone that can save him, though, that's the place.
Isn't that weird?
That's the place.
That is the weird part. Like,
But
how is
the
that?
guy's completely all over the board. Like
Yeah.
he's having these emotional swings, and that is a early sign of CTE. Like
Did
this
he-
dude
did-
needs to really
Well,
evaluate.
But does he have a history of, like, obviously he plays football, so he has his bell rung, but, like, has he been concussed? Do we know? Does he have all those things that has he been?
I'm sure
missed
he has.
games?
I guess I haven't. I'm not
don't know.
familiar with how many concussions the guy's had, but he's acting in a manic way that
Yeah.
screams mental health issues.
Yeah.
And he was always a pain in the ass. But if you watch, I mean, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and
Yeah.
that's a bad sign.
Somebody
man.
had a take on it, I think it was last night or this morning, that we're all looking at it the wrong way, and he's just brilliantly played everybody so he
to
can
get to the Patriots. No, actually, that is if he did that, then I take it all back, AB. You are a genius.
But at the same time, throwing away $30 million so you can get 10
10
one time
Yeah.
guaranteed, but you're playing with Brady
And a Super Bowl ring.
and a Super
Yeah.
Bowl ring. But
Yeah.
the,
If
the
he makes
irony,
it through the season,
but the irony of it is he doesn't get to play Pittsburgh today. He's out
I
for the
know.
one game.
Good. Screw him.
well, I'm happy because
That dude
the guy I'm playing in fantasy has him.
Ooh,
Perfect.
So he's been benching him, starting him, benching him all week.
I love it.
Now he has to bench him.
back and forth.
I'll probably still find a way to lose because that's what I'm best at.
Dude, I last week over Labor Day weekend, I was able to take the kids out to Chicago.
Yeah, how was your
Yeah.
Chicago trip?
Dude.
Sponsored by who was it?
American Express.
American
Oh yes,
Express, Amex.
American Express did sponsor the trip. So the strangest thing, they're now saying that I owe them money.
What?
I don't
ridiculous.
understand this.
It was
at all.
fully sponsored Amex.
I thought so.
We
so.
had an agreement.
If
It
the
says-
listen- yes, there was a lot of fine print. I didn't read that.
It says 0 for the first year.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was going to get 20% on every dollar I spent. Apparently, I read that backwards.
All we did was talk about how great you were on the
did,
podcast.
Well,
You assumed they were going to pay you.
I'm heading out to Seattle on American Express this week and I will consider my options when I get there. Amex, you might be getting a nasty letter from me though. It says,
Strongly worded
Yeah,
letter.
what's all this debt talk?
What's all this I owe you back?
So how was the Cubs?
So it was awesome, right? We went out there, had a blast, and did get to catch two different Cubs games. And I tell you, the first game was awesome. Well, all right, for starters, Wrigley is different. Wrigley
How
is
so?
nice.
Oh, it's nice now?
How was it?
So they've expanded to the point where Wrigley Field has all kinds of like nice places all around it, and then you still have the same shithole bars, all along the street. But then everything that's right along it is like high end now. Like,
Oh, really?
To say the least. Look at this,
Something just happened.
and he's gone.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Ely was here for a moment, and then Ely was right back out the door.
Set his drink down and bugged out.
I dig it. But so yeah, I was blown away at how nice.
So they get rid of all the Cubs fans?
No.
Oh.
Those cockroaches are still
Yeah.
plentiful. Thank goodness. But so day one we had like lower level seats, but the lower level was literally in between the true lower level, like the field seats, and then we were the ones right behind it. So the walkway where all the concessions are sold was directly in front of us. So every beer guy, every hot dog guy, which
That's
is
nice.
fantastic for trying to get as many beers and hot dogs as any man could want. It's horrible for trying to watch the game because
People are walking in front of
there's
you.
always some dude like in front of you. But
No fun.
I was fine with that. So I'm sitting down. I sit down with the girls. We get there a little bit early, and we're hanging out. And like all the people sitting down around me are like really nice. Like everybody's in a good mood. They all seem like they're kind of upstanding citizens. You know,
Not from Chicago.
Things are actually. You'd be surprised how many people aren't from Chicago in there.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Chicago is one of those cities that has a lot of transplants in it. Rightfully so. I mean, it's a massive city with lots of. Welcome,
Like those nectars, Ely.
the
Look
Killix.
Yeah, those
good.
are sharp.
Appreciate it.
Woo! Ely's mic's hot.
This is a different mic, right?
It is.
Yeah.
That, and you know that's the one Stu's been using lately, and he always sounds really loud.
Yep,
So
that might be the problem.
Cool.
it's good.
He's on point.
We're gonna scale that back just there. so I'm sitting there and like everyone's coming in and sitting down and I'm thinking, okay, we got a good crew, because you do have to kind of be mindful when bringing kids to a park of like who's going to be around you. And then you go to a place like Wrigley that's known for drinking. Like this could be
Day drinking.
yeah. And the place was packed out. When we got there at 11, there were people staggering through the streets. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
What time was the game?
1:20. Yeah, well,
Damn.
so
Are there a lot of places that don't do that?
there's a lot of parks that just don't have that vibe. Like go to Nats Park, right? And like there's that bullpen area, and there people are drinking, but like everyone else is streaming in from other places. There's no real tailgate scene outside of that one
Gotcha.
area. Whereas
Because
Wrigley,
Wrigley's in the heart of downtown with the bars and everything
so
around it.
everybody's pouring out of the bars right into the game. So
Nice.
it's a bit of an S show, but a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And as everyone's sitting down around me, I'm like, okay, civilized people, normal. Like, I think I've got a good one.
And then they see you and they're like, son of a bitch.
But you want to be the worst person.
Yeah.
You know? You want to be the one blowing the curve for everybody else. Well, then all of a sudden, this lady comes walking in with this giant headdress on, and it says like I'm 60, and she's got like the birthday shirt,
Oh, wow.
and then like her crew comes in, and they've obviously
She likes to party.
And then this woman comes in, and Troy, I don't know how to say this, but she could have been your wife's sister if your wife's sister was the worst.
Okay.
Like she had a look about her that reminded me of your wife. So I'm like, oh, but then when she got closer, I was like, oh.
Oh, so not my actual wife's sister, because my wife has a sister.
Oh no, I'm just
Okay.
saying like this would have been the person that your sister comes home or your wife comes home from Thanksgiving going, I can't believe she showed up. Like she's the worst. But it was immediately I was like, oh my gosh, like she kind of looks like Troy's wife. Like that's crazy. Except she had like a giant eagle tattoo across her back that looked like
nice.
a third grader did it.
Nice.
Like the eyes were all like off kilter and like the wings were droopy on one side. I was like, oh, what happened to your bird? Like she'd been making bad
I'm
decisions
sure
for
that bird was 40 years old.
she'd been making bad decisions for a long time. But she was the daughter of the birthday girl, and she's hammered.
Oh, so this wasn't a 60-year-old then?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was probably in her late 30s. And she was a mess. Every time
I
somebody
thought you were going
walks-
to say the 60-year-old was a mess, but it was the daughter you were getting at.
Yeah, every time somebody walks by, get the fuck out of the way. And I'm like, there's a 8-year-old right next to me.
Yeah, and there's a
that's
walkway right here. Like, people
Yeah.
walk down the walkway.
She's screaming. So now there's people all throughout our section that are all, like keep looking back. Like there's that bitch that like yelled at me. I'm like, oh, this is not going well. At one point, she knocks over her whole beer all over the ground. Now it's all slippery. And then she stands up to cheer and just whoop.
Oh,
like,
no.
feet go right out and she like slides out into the concourse. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this lady is an absolute nightmare. Well, about like the 6th inning, 7th inning, some guy comes, like he's like walking out and he collapses like 10 feet from us, 15 feet from us at most. And
Not
it's
like
not
slip and fall.
no, like he's like
Falls out.
he's like, oh, and goes down. And then like security comes running over and they're like working with him. And I'm thinking, oh, this is like hopefully heat exhaustion, but
Yeah.
it's not hot. and like we're kind of in the shade. So I'm like, maybe he's been drinking all day. I don't know, but he looks pretty straight edge. So I'm like, this could be more sinister. Well, who jumps up to go save the day?
Oh no,
The lady.
But Drunky McGee hops up and she's like, "Oh, I'll go address this." And she goes running over. So it's 2 security guards, a cop, and drunk ass woman all up in his face, like asking him questions, doing things, kind of like pointing and telling the security what to do. And I'm like, could somebody please pull
she yelling
Drunky?
out why she should be there. Usually people like that are like, I'm an EMT, so let me through.
I'm sure she had some reason to think she belonged, but the fact that her mom started bawling her eyes out led me to believe that this was probably not the first time
no.
that drunk Doris had run in to save somebody when she shouldn't be there.
The mom was crying.
Was crying onto her friend's shoulder, and I'm just like, oh no.
She's embarrassing me again. She
And
said she wouldn't do it.
My girls are watching this poor guy who's like having a heart attack, and the drunk lady's drooling on him. I was like, this is horrible. Like, this is bad.
That's
No,
not good.
fortunately, he was able to get up, and they escorted him out. And I was like, so what's the story? And she's like, legally, I can't tell you.
What?
I'm like, you are not a doctor. Like, just tell me what you thought. Like, what the hell was this? You just never know what you're gonna get.
It's called HIPAA, and I would be violating those rights, sir. Like,
Yes.
shut up.
I was like,
You violated HIPAA 12 beers ago.
I was like, well, I see that you subscribe to the Hippocratic Oath because you ran over to help, so you must be a doctor.
Yeah.
And she didn't even understand what that meant, so I was like, you're not a doctor. No, but
So your daughters learn a few more colorful words?
fortunately, everyone else in the section was very nice. The guys to our right actually bought them ice cream and stuff. Like,
Wow.
yeah, people were having a
That's very nice at a ballpark when the shit'll caught. You have
Yeah.
to take a loan out.
dude comes down with a couple ice creams
In
like,
a windowless van.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to babysit them? My wife and I are going to go over to Sluggers and have some beer.
He's like, I bought your daughter's ice cream. All they have to do is sit in my lap while they eat it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're out, buddy. You're out.
Nothing wrong.
Depends on the ice cream.
So, but of all the updates they made to Wrigley, like seriously, a lot of nice stuff inside had been done, and the one thing they didn't change, which I thought was kind of nice and kind of at the same time like, Wrigley always had troughs in the men's room, just straight troughs.
Because it was
like
built like in 34 or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
and they don't care like how many guys can you squeeze in to piss into this
Yeah.
bucket. That's how many. So they put urinals on one wall, but the whole middle is still just troughs, which is pretty convenient when it's like moving quickly, as long as you're
Yeah.
not the type that gets pee fright.
Yeah.
Which I unfortunately had to take a deuce in Wrigley, which was
In the trough?
Yeah.
in the
Back
trough.
to it.
Backing it up.
Yeah. We got there. The national anthem was about to start, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm taking a deuce in Wrigley. So, like, shimmied past all the guys at the trough waiting in line. They're like, this guy has pee fright. I was like, no, you'll hear. This is definitely a 2. And so, but I walked in at one point, and I'd never seen this. You know, the trough is convenient, and we all get that. And we've all seen the guys who, like, pull down their pants too far and like
Yeah.
expose the butt while they pee. Most guys just pull it out.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen this particular move by this old man.
Uh-oh.
He came in wearing his basketball shorts and he hiked them up.
Oh.
So he's holding his pants up near his nipples.
Yeah.
And he's just got all his junk just hanging out the bottom. And he's just standing at the trough holding it up.
Do you never
just-
pull your junk out of the bottom of your shorts to pee?
I do that like that's a bathing suit move. Like when I'm at the pool.
I do it with regular shorts too.
But do you pull it all the way up so your twigs and berries are just kind of hanging in the breeze?
I don't know that I need to do that. I just lift the short bottom up.
See,
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with just exposing the part that needs to
Yeah,
pee.
just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
This guy pulled all the way up. Like now it looked like he was wearing like a Speedo down there. Like it was just around. And so his balls are
Yeah.
just hanging and his junk.
Someone taught him wrong.
Yeah.
But the guy's like 70 years old. So it's like this is the guy that
Some
walks
old
around the
person
gym.
taught him
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, he's the old guy at the gym who is shaving in front of the mirror with no towel around him.
Of course.
With one foot up on the sink for
But
some
the
reason.
There's still old guys that do that shit
Yes.
at regular gyms.
Yes,
Like I get old
of
guys
course.
that do it at country clubs and shit.
Yes, yes.
But you go to the $9.99 Golds that's got like one shower and there's still some ass naked douchebag walking around like, oh, You know,
Nothing to see here.
You go to
right? Like no one. First of all, no one showers at Gold's, bro. You're the
Yeah.
only person. You just cut my mic.
you go,
Yeah, see that. Sorry.
Sweet.
you go to like Planet Fitness, and the fucking dude's got
Right.
like the towel around his shoulders, but not around his fucking waist. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, what are
we
you doing?
here, dude? Like, I'm not saying you got to like hide away to put your shorts back on, but good God, dude.
I understand that there's a certain. Sometimes you got to walk from here to there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's just the hanging out. Well, this guy
When
is,
they have full on
And then
conversations,
sometimes
that's the best.
You see the motherfuckers that have no thunder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get the dudes that have thunder. The dude's like, dude, I've been at the gym like this since the 40s. I just roll like this because you catch a glimpse of this and you fucking love it.
right.
And then there's the dude that's got a fluff of hair with a head, and you're like, why is this motherfucker just cruising around the gym like nobody gives a fuck?
That's just
It's exactly the truth. though.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
more
Just
often
straight
than not.
strutting. Yeah.
Like there's some weird confidence that's gained from having a belly button in between your nuts, and you're like,
Fucking weird.
there it
man.
is.
Yeah.
Is
that an Audi?
Recently, I saw it at Gold's, and I'm like, where's the shower in this bitch? I don't even think there
I
is
didn't even
one.
think
He's
that.
not
I
even
don't
near
think
the
they have
shower.
one.
He's just changing. I bring extra underwear when I change. I bring extra underwear and just change. And
I
actually,
can't wear these tidy whities. I have to wear other tidy
Right.
whities when I come to
Yeah,
the gym.
yeah. And I like to let it air out for a second since there's no shower.
You're at the bathroom in a Home Depot, and dude's just naked walking around. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And there's zero chance that there's anyone under 60 doing this.
Oh no.
Maybe
No.
55, 50.
Yeah.
I've never seen a 40-year-old dude doing that
No.
shit.
No.
No.
I don't understand
'cause
what it was about that generation.
what's the age you just don't care though?
I don't know that it's you don't care. It's
They're
more
just-
of like
they're just used
like,
to
I think
it.
it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like when they were young,
Yeah,
they
'cause-
just all slung dick around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're,
like-
you're bathing in the creek.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
and like all through middle school and high school, you had showers at your gym, but you never took any. Like no one ever used any of those showers at my schools. Like
I remember that was like terrifying when I was going into 7th grade. I was like, I'm gonna have to shower all the time and then I got there. I was like, oh, no one does this.
Yeah.
We just go back to class.
then
Yeah.
one year, like
Yeah.
I had like gym like first period, and I'm like just a sweaty, gross mess the rest of the day.
Yep.
Like that's good for a teenager. Like,
Yeah. Or when you get in the military and there's no walls on the shitters, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why is that acceptable? Like, put up a 4-foot partition.
know.
Like, who wants to literally shit next to someone else? I'm not saying you need a full-on door that goes wall to ceiling, but throw up a piece of Lexan between the two of you. Like,
Yeah.
Well, my man at Wrigley wouldn't have cared. He would have loved it.
peeing in a trough next to someone is totally different than taking a shit next to somebody
Yeah.
without a wall.
I actually don't mind the trough.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd like to see a 21st century trough, like a newly remodeled bathroom with a trough,
It actually this was a really
porcelain trough.
nice
Porcelain?
trough. No, but it was
Stainless steel?
shiny. It was stainless, and it was
Not
like
for long.
That bitch is gonna rust out.
Porcelain would be the shit, like a claw foot trough,
Yeah, yeah.
big ass long one.
that with a salad bar on the end.
Yeah, right. Olives.
Takes the sneeze guard to a whole new
Yeah.
level.
Full of mints.
Yeah, ooh, and a mint. That sounds
Midget
great.
couldn't work there because all the splash.
Yes, you
Yeah.
see? Ely's always
The
looking for a way
overspray.
to help.
That's right.
It's Mr. Help
Trying to
Truck.
employ people, man.
I know, and I see that, and for that, we thank you.
Yeah, we do.
That's very respectable.
I know back when I was going to, back here we used to have the Strawberry Hill races, the horse races, and then up at UVA they had, it was called, what was it called? What are the ones at UVA? Did y'all ever go to those?
It's it's church. Oh, God.
Good talk.
Yeah,
Now
good
that you
talk.
got this computer, can you look up midget CNI people? See if it's actually something that people do.
Anyway, so they would have, while he's doing that, so at the horse races up in Charlottesville, they would have a trough, and at the end of the day when everybody was drunk, they'd go around collecting money, and they would find somebody
Oh, God, to do the slide?
down it. And you talk about disgusting, but that dude would make hundreds of dollars at the end of the day.
Yeah, but that dude's got thousands of dollars of medical bills
Dude,
if he's got
there's
a
a
cut.
Facebook page for midget training to make them seeing eye midgets. Holy shit! Why am I not with this? I'll be on a pause.
That
for a second.
dude has 6 likes.
Yeah,
Are you gonna? You're
About
gonna
to be 7.
Yeah, you about to take.
it's not really coming up.
Dude's got 0 posts, 6
Oh
likes.
my god!
That had to be a listener.
I
That's-
hope so. What
that
is seeing
had to
eye
be
midgets to
Ely.
replace seeing eye dogs for blind people on Reddit? Look at that. That's more real.
Well, it's on Reddit, then it must be true. Oh my gosh!
Accurate instructions, exactly.
This is
in case
not
you don't
taken-
speak dog.
There's no comments. No. It's rough.
Why can't it be a full-size person?
I don't see why it can't. I really don't know
How
why.
we've covered this with the leash. You guys keep forgetting. Putting a leash on a tall person's awkward.
That
Having
is.
one on a short person.
Hey, when
feels
I'm
like
wrong,
a pet.
I'm saying I'm wrong, and I
Right.
was wrong. That was wrong with me. And I think you talked about how the shorter people can't qualify for a lot of other jobs, but they're perfect for that job.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that now it all makes it coming back into focus.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Guys are heroes. Yes.
I mean, they got to use a stool at the fucking convenience store. What's the difference in a
Yeah.
leash and a stool?
Good point.
Yeah.
Pride.
Right.
I suppose.
I mean,
I've seen him as a dude that works at Advance. It's like that. He's got these stubby ass sausage fingers, but he's like 6 foot tall. I'm like, what you got back there, dude? You got something. Cases of oil or something?
He's on those sheetrock stilts.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Troy. Did I see you pointing at a beer?
Well, I was gonna say I didn't know if we had a deli today.
There are two in the Yeti, like
Okay.
two different delis.
Which one should I grab?
That's up to you. One of the taller one is an IPA, and the smaller one is a Goza. So just reach in there and see which one you want to go with today. Is it more of a Goza morning or is it more of an IPA morning? I know where Ely stands.
So since Ely's here, I gotta tell him this. If you noticed this, this morning I'm getting in my car, and I went out and showed a house. Had to park it, parked it a lot, and turned my hazards on. Car's running, hazards are clicking, making the clicking noise. Turn the car off, hazards are still running, and there's no noise. And then it dawned on me, because back in the day with real cars, older cars, the clicking actually came from the light bulb turning off and on. Now they just do it to make you feel comfortable, because you turn the damn hazards off, and I was like, well, why are they making me feel comfortable? They just want to make me like, feel good.
You should
You're
sell
wrong.
the car, probably.
The clicking was for blind people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is that what it is? Blind
When
people?
they're
Yeah.
driving
Yeah,
and they
they're
decide
driving.
now it's hazardous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that
that's
makes
the-
sense.
That's the same thing with the braille in the drive-through ATM. It's still there.
Yeah. Science.
So what do we got here?
I don't know. That's never occurred to me, but you're absolutely right. It is there. That is a little whack. Boy, hadn't put that one together. This right here, this is Steam Bell Beer Works.
Local.
So it's a local beer, and
I love Steamboat.
I was talking to one of the guys. I just happened to be. I was at Total Wine. I was on a hunt looking for damn Atomic Pumpkin
Yeah.
because I know it's going to sell out everywhere. It's already gone from Total Wine.
Oh wow.
This
I haven't had
morning,
a chance to buy it yet.
This morning I went over to Wegmans. It was gone. I went into Kroger, and they had 1 6-pack buried in a different case of beer that I happened to find. I
Wow.
took it. Like, it's over. It's 3 weeks.
It's already done.
That stuff basically. I'm going to keep
Couple
looking.
days into September, and all the pumpkin beer's gone. All
Well,
the good pumpkin
the good
beer.
pumpkin
Yeah.
beer. Yeah, there's plenty of bad pumpkin beer. But so I just happened to run into one of the guys from Steam Bell at Total Wine and was talking to him, and because he was doing like the little tastings, and he said that they're good and plenty. The hibiscus one
Yeah.
actually ended up doing so well that a distributor came in and picked it up, and now they're distributing all over Virginia. So like
Nice.
they've taken the step where it's all out there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy one of your beers and do a review on the podcast. So now that everyone in the state can get Steam Bell beer.
You
So
told him that?
I did. I
Nice.
did. I was like, I'm going to pick this up, man. I'll do a tasting for you. So let's hope it doesn't suck. So this is the Extra Plenty Ginger Goza Ale. It's got fresh ginger and pink Himalayan salt. So oftentimes with Gozas, they add the salt to get rid of some of that sourness. So hopefully...
Handcrafted in the American South, just to let you know.
Americans. What are we talking about?
Okay. That first sip's always sour.
Instead of the
Five.
African South.
I didn't know Midlothian was the American South.
It's marketing, Stu.
5.4%.
Yeah, this is what I need. Another beer.
And
Richmond was the capital of the South. You should know that, Stu.
That's accurate.
I'm not going there.
what are you not going there about?
You literally live here.
It's
you
a
are
fact.
going
It's just
there.
a geography test. There's nothing
Yeah.
to be afraid of.
Let's see here. Yeah, Jeff Davis.
Okay. I've gotten through that first sip. Anytime that first sip of a Goza will throw you for a loop. It hits you.
Steamboat makes that tiramisu stout that is
Which is
delicious.
phenomenal. That may be one of the finest beers around.
Woo.
So
You wanna give me
officially,
a hit of their beer.
Yeah.
officially, NFL Sunday is off
Thank
to
you.
a start now.
Yeah. No turning back now.
Nah, it's official. You're definitely going to want a second sip because that first one's going to throw you for a loop. Not so great based on the look on your face there.
Definitely unique.
That is a tart first sip.
It is, but that second sip should give you a better idea of where you're really headed. It's like when you put like a sour candy in your mouth. That first one is trash. Second one's all right. Actually, I'm not a big sour candy guy in general.
Unless they're Sour Patch Kids, then the first one's awesome.
Yeah, so you like sour candy?
I like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah. I mean, they're good.
I
They're
don't eat
just-
a lot of sour
I
candy.
don't like
not-
sour.
Yeah. We got one buddy.
I don't eat a
Shit.
lot of candy that's not chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate is
I tend
candy.
to agree with that, but there's
Yeah.
a few things.
There's a few things that are
Like there's
delicious.
Some sour Starburst jelly beans. They're pretty money.
Gotcha.
See, the Starburst, the jelly beans, and like anything gummy, I just can't deal with it. Doesn't do it. Can't do the Sour Patch.
I just rediscovered yogurt covered like raisins and stuff like that. I like
Oh, yeah?
those. Those are all right. When we were in Chicago, we walked into a candy store after a full day of Cubs games,
Nice.
and I bought like 5 pounds of candy, went home and just started eating all the candy, and then the next day we had to leave. It was all thrown out. I was like, that was a smart move.
Couldn't take it with you?
You can't take anything through security.
That's true.
You know, you have to buy everything on the other side. It's a racket. This beer's interesting. I don't know.
It's got a unique.
I'm having a hard time deciding where I'm landing on this. With the extra plenty ginger Goza ale from Steamboat.
It's good.
I can taste the ginger, but it's kind of coming across like grapefruity to me.
I will give you that. Yeah.
Like I think if it didn't say ginger on it, I would think it was a grapefruit beer.
I like the ginger though. Like I like ginger flavor. Stu, do you have a
I got a like it's a good taste, but like I do use pink Himalayan salt a lot in cooking, and that's like what I'm getting really strong. Like it feels
Salty.
it's salty, yeah.
So what would you
Does pink
What would
Himalayan
you-
have a different flavor than salt?
Yeah, it's just a little like it's. I just use it because it's supposed to be
Pink?
better for you. It's pink,
He loves pink.
It's
and
expensive.
it looks good.
yeah.
No, it's
Sounds
just
cool.
I think it's just a little bit of a better flavoring.
you ever seen that
But-
what's that like
Because
salt
the Sherpas mine it and crack it with their bare
They
feet.
may.
Is that why it's so good?
They
Have
may
you ever
With
seen-
all the corpses laying on it,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
makes it better.
You ever seen
ferments it.
that show on Netflix? It's like Heat, Salt.
It's their version of diamonds.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm not.
It's
I
like
haven't even heard of it.
Heat, Salt, Fat, and something like that. And it's like some lady who goes over the 4 main senses like of taste.
Mm.
And they do a whole episode on salt, and I had no idea that there's so many different levels of salt. To me, salt is salt.
That's how I
It's
am,
like me
and I
with beer.
don't even like almost things.
Yeah, apparently they have salts out there where you can barely taste the salt, but like they're perfect for like putting on meat because they'll make the chemical reaction happen of salt without lending a salty flavor. I didn't even know this stuff existed.
So I have a it's like 2 inches thick and it's probably 8 by 8, and it's a block of Himalayan pink salt that you can put in the oven and you just cook on it, and it flavors it pretty good without like dousing
It doesn't break down in the heat.
No, it's
Interesting.
It's heavy. It's like it's a
My
brick.
father-in-law.
It's a brick.
My father-in-law puts salt on everything before you even taste it. Like
yeah, that's
you-
a rookie move.
yeah.
No,
Yeah. That's an old school trick, though. Many old heads do that.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I'm gonna add salt. I like salt, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna add it.
Old heads and low socioeconomic heads do
Yeah,
that shit.
It's like
just
ketchup.
for
Yeah.
just for
Yeah.
flavoring.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's like a generational thing too, because manners and whatnot growing up back then, you're supposed to eat everything on your plate. You got to eat everything
Yes.
regardless. Finish it up.
Which I'm pretty sure
And you
contributes to us being fat, right?
doesn't help.
Well,
That,
but if you
that
gotta eat it,
mentality.
put some salt
Yeah.
on it.
Well, I
Yeah.
know I tell my kids all the time. They'll be like, I want dessert. I'm like, you better finish the food before you get dessert. Then I'm thinking, you better finish those calories before you get more calories.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're full, you probably shouldn't have to finish it, but you also can't get by just eating ice cream. You got to eat the actual protein.
Yep. Look, fatty, you're gonna have to finish that before you get your ice cream.
Yeah.
Stu, where do you stand on that beer?
It's a 3.
A 3. Okay. I've had some people reach out questioning how you rate beers. 'Cause sometimes you'll be like,
really?
Yeah, they'll be like, because Stu will be like, I don't really like it. I mean, this is bad. 3.5. Or it's like, this is a fantastic beer. I don't think I could drink a whole lot of them. 2.
Yeah, no, this is a 3 because it's the same thing where it's got a good flavor to it, but it's just so much salt. So I'm not going to go too high.
Yeah, I like the ginger in it for sure. I don't taste a whole lot of salt in it, so I'm okay on that front. But maybe it's because I was drinking all day yesterday and something acidic going in just doesn't feel great right now.
Doesn't taste very sour to me. It tastes gingery, but not sour per se.
It's got enough sour, but for me, I like their hibiscus one better of the Good and Plenty series. I think this is kind of middle of the road. I'd say 2.5, but it is better than that. I think I'm with Stu. It's a 3 at best, but it's a low 3 for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is a 2.5, maybe 3. I'm gonna skew lower if y'all are going 3. I just
don't think I want it.
No, I wouldn't go for the extra ones you have, and I'm kind of disappointed on Stu. He's done something today he has never done.
I didn't talk about the can.
Yes, you didn't talk about the most important part of the beer.
In Stu's mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because it's
What's the marketing on this, Stu?
It sucks.
There's Stu's problem.
This is a weird looking can.
It's a green label. You'd think you'd be getting a seltzer. The print's way too small. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the flowers.
And it's a sticker label. It's like
they're saving money somewhere.
It's a generic silver aluminum can with a green sticker around it. They're saving money on that front.
Saving money, except on that pink Himalayan salt. That's some pricey stuff.
I give it a 2.5. It's just not something I would drink all the time.
Boom! He just jumped in.
Yep.
There you go.
Like, that's it. All right. So I apologize to you, Steam Bell.
Yeah, we love a lot of your products. This is not one of them.
That just sucks because I was like, yeah, dude, do this podcast. You should check it out. We're going to review your beer now that you got distribution rights.
Did you get another Steam Bell beer? Is that what the second choice was?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you got 2 of them?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we'll talk about your beer. This will be great. Now he's going to listen to be like, who you calling middle of the road with shitty marketing?
He can still go up to, he can bet 500 next week when we do the next one.
Hey, their tiramisu
Probably.
stout won a deli.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, the more I drink. Sorry. 2.5. 2.5. I'm scaling it back a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a little
Probably not cheap either.
rough. So here on football day, I know that it's pro football day, but I saw that you guys had sent something in about a kid from Tennessee that he's like a University of Tennessee fan.
Yeah, we do a lot of mocking here, and I saw this, and I thought this was kind of a feel-good story.
Oh, I assumed as soon as we brought up Tennessee, the mocking was what we were going to do. So those guys suck. Didn't they lose to like some low-level team that they actually paid to come in for their opening game?
That could have happened. I honestly don't know.
They lost last night to BYU.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
BYU's no
in
slouch.
overtime.
yeah, but they're over. But go ahead. What's the feel-good story?
So the feel-good story is this kid out of Florida did not have. He's a Tennessee fan. Don't know why. You have a lot of good. You have a lot of good football teams in Florida. You might want to jump on.
Yeah, plenty of teams to choose
Yeah.
from.
Even the likes of like Central Florida. You know, like they're coming on.
Everyone's good in
Yeah.
Florida.
He likes UT. He didn't have money for a shirt, so he made his own UT shirt, and I don't know.
Oh,
what
it
to
looks
say
like
about
he
this shirt.
literally took a piece of paper and drew a UT on it.
Yeah.
and kind of like safety pinned it to his shirt.
Ely,
That's some bobo-ass fake shit right
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
Like, you
Like,
couldn't even fucking use a marker on your
yeah,
orange shirt?
that's what I'm saying. Take the marker. This is where the kid messed up. So, imagine this, Ely. Are you seeing now? This kid wore this to school. How do you think that went over?
Oh, Lord.
Well,
This kid.
Okay, but it was in his defense. It was college colors
Okay.
day, so like you're supposed to wear your
Yeah, but
favorite
take
team.
a Sharpie.
All right, we should ask the pertinent question of how old is this kid? I missed that
I
part.
don't know if it's in the article.
If he's over...
No, he's like
9.
7.
Oh, okay. Then I retract everything I
I
said.
still think it's on the parents to say, son, I appreciate what you're trying to do here. Let's pull up a logo. Let's take a Sharpie, Costs $1.99. We'll draw all over your orange shirt. We'll make it look legit.
Yeah, but the funny part of the story is, well, it's not funny. I mean, he was quote unquote bullied, but he's saying that some girls at the lunch table were making fun of him.
Yeah, that's exactly where it goes down.
Yeah.
And it's the most devastating kind of make fun.
Yeah.
Because you're over there trying to impress. I actually do feel bad for this kid. I mean,
I feel bad for the kid. I put it all on the parents, but he will have the last laugh because UT heard about this, and they took his shirt and freaking made a shirt out of it and are selling the shit out of it now. Like they
so
took
it's got
his
a
design.
7-year-old's
Does it have paper on the front?
So
they went the extra step
And put
and they
extra
screen
staples in
printed
it.
it.
Yeah, and they're
Extra staples.
well, they're taking the proceeds from the shirt and giving it to what you call it,
Stomp?
anti-bullying
Yeah.
foundations.
Yeah. Not
So-
him. So he can
Not
get a
him.
shirt.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're not going to give. How about a 50-50 split
Yeah.
here? The kid needs a shirt.
The kid should have trademarked.
Oh, they
it.
sent him they did send him a bunch of gear, like legit UT
That's
gear,
cool.
which is
Yeah,
cool.
that's
I
what
mean,
They sent him everything.
So this is officially the best thing that UT has done all year.
for sure.
Yeah, because their football team is not.
I
doing
just
well.
don't. You see this kid's shirt, and I'm like, the parents should have like. You send your kid out wearing that in the morning, you're sending him out in the firing squad. Like you're setting that kid up for failure.
But little kids
I
wear
honestly
all
don't know
kinds
that I
of-
would think that.
Yeah,
I would just
I
be like,
think-
oh, cool, he made a cool little paper thing, and he stapled it on his shirt.
You
Have a
would-
great day at
You would
at
let
school,
your
son.
you would
I've let
let
my-
your 7-year-old do
Yeah,
that.
I've let my kids
7?
walk out
Yes.
with.
Problem is he didn't take the shirt off when he stapled it.
Wow, I didn't know he was that smart. He's getting a full ride to UT.
I would
Yeah.
I would say, son, daughter, that's a great design. Let's just draw it on there.
Yeah, I agree.
The stapling of the paper on the shirt is where
Sure, but
is where I have
will-
the disconnect.
I
Right,
would
I
I
agree.
would let a young kid walk out wearing some pretty.
My kids dress themselves all the time, wear mismatched socks. They
Yeah,
I don't care, but I'm not going to let them do some Ely would say Bobo fucking stapling of a piece of paper.
it's funny. That was the adjective I was using in my mind.
Yeah, like that.
Bobo.
Draw whatever you want. The kid has an orange shirt. By the way, the paper's white, so that kind of takes away from.
I'd love to be on the phone call with the Under Armour designer and the kid. Like, what's this circle you had up here in the corner of the paper? Is that supposed to be an F? Like, can you kind of talk me through this? I see you got a circle next to the U there.
Yeah,
that's
what's
not
it
a period.
say?
Is that just?
I see. It says
University
University
of
of
Tennessee.
Tennessee, the OF.
See, this kid's
Yeah.
brilliant.
I like his coloring in of the block letters.
Yeah,
too.
tons of effort.
Like,
That's the thing. Actually, I don't know that we should reward this kid. Like, yeah, he stayed between the lines, but he barely filled it
barely,
in.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're showing him that by doing some half-ass shit, you get rewarded in life.
Yeah,
by
I
a
think
lot. Yeah.
So this will be up on the Inside the Pallet House Facebook page later, so everybody
Sure.
can
Yeah,
There's
we'll
some
put that-
fucking
look at
kid
it.
that's destroying it at the science fair. Nobody knows that
Yep,
motherfucker's name. 'cause
exactly.
he's making dumb shit.
Or some kid that
Yeah.
can draw like a motherfucker. Can't
Yeah.
get a shirt made.
Right.
Yeah.
And this kid
And
is
now
like,
this kid is
Yeah,
like,
some artists somewhere, several are pissed right now. They're like, son of a bitch, jumping off a bridge.
there's some 7-year-olds who can like legit take a computer program and design some like
Yes.
beautiful shit, and they're like, wait, what?
Oh, that's not newsworthy. Let's put up this mongoloid that made this fucking piece of paper and stapled it on his shirt.
You know, but the other thing is they use the trigger word bullied. He wasn't. I mean, he's in.
oh, he was bullied. He showed
just-
up with the piece of paper stapled to his
Yeah,
chest.
but I mean, come on,
Yeah.
girls are going to
Exactly.
be. kids are
Somebody
gonna be
else stapled
kids.
it. That's
and
what
he
they
showed
didn't
up
say.
in Florida wearing UT colors.
Yeah.
No, he got bullied.
I didn't even wear this paper. The bullies just stapled it to
Yeah.
me.
This is what happens.
Oh, you like Tennessee, nerd?
You thinking this kid Jesse Smolletted the whole story?
You mean Juicy. Juicy small
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
juicy.
exactly it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
When you get a chance to watch the new Chappelle show, the
Yeah.
new Chappelle release,
Juicy.
that's awesome.
God. I don't know. I got dragged into a bathroom and they stapled this UT to my
Right.
chest.
I wouldn't draw some shit like this.
Yeah.
They did it on the fly just to clown me.
This kid's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Well done.
Right.
Cops are going to just say, well, yeah, we can't find anything that says he didn't happen that way, so we're just going to move along.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this kid clearly half-assed this whole design.
They
I
said they
can't-
were South
so-
Carolina fans.
Are you saying the alpha betas came in and took care of it?
No, that's a
No.
lambda problem right there. Those rat bastards. We're alpha beta here. Get it right.
Yep, we're Team Alphabet. We're anti-rape.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, I am not a lambda guy. That stuff is messed up. Yeah, they had some diversity, which I'll give them credit there, but their actions were way outside of the lines.
Yes.
Be cool if we could recruit Booger though.
Damn, okay. Yeah, but Booger should have never been.
Yeah, he's
a
alpha
lambda,
beta
lambda,
material.
lambda. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
always
for
was
sure.
alpha beta material.
Right.
It's so
I've been saying
heartbreaking.
that for years.
So, going back to Revenge of the Nerds, so it's been on heavy rotation. I did not know this. I knew they made a second one. They made a third and a fourth. The third and the fourth were made for TV movies back when that was a,
Was
popular
the second
thing.
one the one where they went to spring break?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second
Okay.
one was Nerds in Paradise.
Okay, so
That's
those
when-
two are the legit that in my mind.
Yeah. And then I forget what the third one was, but I saw the fourth one because they were playing them in a row on cable. And the fourth one was like a bachelor party for Booger. But I don't know the plot of the third one.
What crimes did these nerds commit on that?
Fucking
Well, do you
Booger.
remember at some point, and I don't know if it was the second one, but half the Alpha Betas switched over to the nerds, like Ted McGinley, or is that the guy's
Yeah, I
name?
think that's it.
Yeah, he's a nerd in like
I
the
do
fourth
remember
one.
that. Yeah.
And who were we just talking about?
Booger?
No, Ogre. He's a nerd in some
Yeah.
of the later ones.
That's awesome.
in the second one, he
Yeah.
becomes a nerd.
I would like to believe that Ogre was just infiltrating the system,
He
getting
was.
behind the scenes to stop
He
the
was.
rampant crime spree.
Yes,
that the
all
Lambdas
the
are
raping.
doing. Yes, because Ogre,
Lack of sweaters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because Ogre's a true American hero.
for sure.
Louise.
Not like those rat bastards. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at all
4
those
of 'em.
nerds movies. Who's in the
Surprisingly enough,
Revenge of the Nerds 4. Is Class in Session? Is that one of them? Please tell me.
Next Generation and just Revenge of the Nerds 4.
they
These
used to make
dudes.
such fine films, and they just don't make them like they used to.
Thank God. This pro-rape nonsense.
10 years of Revenge of the Nerds. Right there.
Surprisingly enough, the Rotten Tomato score very low on those last couple.
Yeah.
That doesn't add up.
What happened?
I find that to be very odd.
Well, it's
And
fun-
those same actors were just milking it the whole
Oh,
way
yeah.
through.
Yeah, have they done anything? Well, I think
Anthony-
Booger was in
yeah, but
Van Wilder.
Anthony Edwards went from Revenge of the Nerds to
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
And then
In ER.
ER, so
Yeah, he parlayed it very well.
Yeah.
If only they
And
knew of
only,
his
yeah.
crimes.
and yeah.
Well, Mara's still throwing a javelin somewhere.
And he was
Yeah.
in
With his limp
he was
wristed
in
throwing
Iron
style.
Eagle.
Yeah, he was an Iron Eagle.
So, Mike, the listener I was talking to
Yeah.
yesterday, he said the favorite
Huge
comment, the favorite comment he's heard out of this show was when one of you two dropped an Iron Eagle drop about the bomb. What was the kid's name who was saving his
Doug
dad?
Masters?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Never seen the movie.
That's what he was referencing. He said you had dropped a comment like, was it bigger than the bomb that Doug Masters dropped to save his dad?
I think
He
that's
said
like
at that
the
moment
Hellfire bomb or something.
he goes, at that moment, I became a listener.
Yeah.
It was like,
Man.
awesome. Well done. So, Troy, well done.
I like to get drunk and watch Iron Eagle for the 1 millionth time at my house.
So can you now say that you're Team Mike?
No, still Team Adam. Adam's going to make me that $5.
That's my $5. Ely, you missed it, but we have 2 new listeners, and we've both given them shout-outs. First one to reach out. The other one owes $5 between us. 'Cause
That's right.
He's got one, I got one.
Okay.
It's a race.
Cool.
We'll see.
I should never throw it to Ely.
Yeah, sounds like a great race.
I'm
kinda
just
wish I was
I'm just
involved.
picturing Troy watching Iron Eagle with the Walkman on his thigh, listening to
Hell
the,
yeah, I can't fly without my Walkman, dude. Everybody knows that.
Dancing like Emilio
Yeah.
Estevez and Breakfast Club.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Who gets high and dances like that?
Yeah, that's
Super weird, right?
Apparently anybody stuck in a library all
Throwing
day.
punches. And
Yeah, whoever wrote that had never been high.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
I think I feel like he did a Mortal Kombat to the window or the door too and broke it. Whatever.
Those Bright Pat
Reacts
movies or something
differently.
else.
Some people.
Yeah, they absolutely were. Stu, it looks like you had you were pulling up some stuff here, and I saw that Ely was jumping in. What is that Navy story you got up there? I saw Ely looking over at it. What is this all about?
So a boat washed up, a Navy boat washed up in Ireland. But the story is the boat has been missing for over a year and a half, and what is basically a target practice boat, it's a little remote control boat that they were
Oh, so
off the coast.
no lives were lost.
No lives were lost.
That's
but it
what
was
they're
just-
telling us.
Oh,
was
dude,
just
I'm
a little-
looking up. I see it's the Doolin Ferry Company spotted something floating in
Remote
route to-
control boat with two $20,000 outboards on it. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's what they
That's some
use.
government shit. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
that,
we'll
dude.
just
This remote
waste
control boat
those.
needs two.
Yeah, that's a boat guy talking right there. Like,
Yeah.
really? You're just going to, I mean,
Yeah,
an outboard motor is,
we're the government. We can't have one motor.
So the boat's been missing since September of last year.
and we found it off the coast of Ireland, hammered.
Yeah.
did they successfully shoot it out of the
they
water?
Well, they used it as target practice, and they nailed it, but they couldn't pick it up and salvage it. So
I would
had
think-
to, they had to call it in as a navigational
Show
hazard.
me that boat again. They didn't hit shit. There's
that
nothing
boat
wrong with
looks-
that boat.
Perfect. Well, outside of the tremendous
Outside of the-
amount of mollusks,
Has that boat been blowed the fuck up? I can
that
tell
boat's
you.
in perfect
Yeah.
condition underneath all of that.
That boat looks like
Yeah.
it. They lost
missed
it.
They missed it, so they felt bad. Took a hole saw
Exactly.
to the bottom of
Yep.
it.
So
Like, we
I-
killed. I don't know where it went. We destroyed it.
I'm blown away of where they found this thing.
Yeah,
so
That's
so
what I thought would be interesting because you could talk to it.
the Doolin Ferry Company is a ship that runs out of the coast of Ireland by the cliffs of Moher.
So you picked this story, is what you're
no, I
saying?
actually didn't know
Come
anything about
on.
this. I literally just
So-
looked up.
What?
Yeah, he said.
I don't believe this in any way, shape, or form. What's crazy is this Irish fucking ferry that found it. It's
I
it's
know
right off the
everything
Irish.
about.
Yeah.
I swear to you, the first time I've seen
know
this
this
when I
guy
looked
and
up,
all his
when I looked
Irish
up
shit.
here.
Jesus.
No, I happen to have been on the Doolin Ferry Company's boat to go out to that island, Innismore in Galway Bay, Innisore.
Yeah.
So of
course you have.
they're called they're called the Aran Isles, and they are these little tiny islands that are off the coast of Ireland, and they are still stuck in the potato famine of 1847. It is like,
That's not good.
Like they can't get potatoes.
dude, they don't have any. They don't even have like any grass to speak of. They literally grow potatoes in the rocks, like in the crevices between the rocks where the dirt collects, and they grow potatoes in there. These people
It's called importing. Have
are
they
the
heard
most.
of it?
Dude, no one goes out there. This place is.
Sounds like the Doolin Ferry Company makes quite the trips out there. They
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
drop off a sack of taters while they're out there.
For sure.
So I rode the Doolin Ferry Company boat across, from Ireland out to these islands,
Why do I feel like you were on the bow like Kate Winslet?
dude.
Not like Leo.
I wish I'd been on the bow. So this is one of those where everybody is like inside and it's covered because it's always raining in Ireland, and everyone's just sitting in on benches that go across the boat. And the waves were so bad that day that the boat is just
Choppy.
being absolutely thrown. And we're like 5 minutes into this journey before the first person just goes and just boofs everywhere. Like throws up. So then the person next to that person is like, and starts
I love it.
I'm not kidding. It was like a vomitorium. The whole place started throwing up. There was vomit in the bottom of the boat, sloshing back
my
and
God.
forth over our shoes and all that.
I would have been laughing so hard because
My whole family's
I
sitting there.
laugh like that
Well,
is
this-
my.
You'd still be laughing to this day had you seen what I saw that day. I have never, honestly, it was like just giant puddles of vomit going
You know what I
up
like
and down
more
the
than
boat.
seeing someone puke is the person who pukes from seeing someone puke. That really just sends me off. I just laugh my ass off when people just hear that sound and start to get all sick. I laugh my ass off at that.
Well,
I don't know why.
What was unique about this again? Stu?
yeah, I don't even know why he brought up this story. He put it on his chart. And I was
Apparently,
like,
where it was found was the coolest part, and I missed that.
Well, no, it was just
I at least had a story to go with it. See, now
Yeah.
you were mad at me. I'm just trying to save his story.
Because it was
It
so
sounds
far
like-
from where it was blown out of the water, is what you're saying?
yeah, it was off
was
the
never
it
blown
was
out.
70 miles off the coast of Norfolk last year, and they're like, this is
Here's
and it
what
just
happened.
washed up on
From seeing the
Irish
picture
shores.
and hearing the story, Navy had an expensive boat to shoot up. They didn't shoot it up, but they lost it, and the shit ends up across the fucking pond.
And
Yeah.
it went to some
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
world island off the coast
But
of
yeah, they're
Ireland.
going to try to tell you they fucking killed it. And
Yeah, we totally
yeah,
destroyed
we
it, bro.
totally.
all good.
Yeah.
That boat, you could power wash it and get it up and running.
Oh, those people living on those Aran Isles would kill for that boat.
Bin
Yeah.
Laden probably
sure.
rode that shit over there.
And all they got over there is a handful of sheep. They are the people that make the traditional Irish sweater, though.
Good to know.
Yeah.
That's how
Nice.
they make
I
all
can
their
rest
money.
tonight,
Make it,
You've been wondering,
Curl
and
up.
now you know.
for sure.
Curl up.
it's quite the perilous journey to get over there, though. So, I saw this got sent in by a listener, the vegan neighbor who sued their.
I've seen all about that. Did you know that there's thousands of people coming to do a barbecue at their
Yeah,
house now?
Shut up.
Yes.
So this
Yes.
became an Area 51 thing?
Yes.
Hold on. So this lady, from my understanding, she filed a court complaint
She
because
tried to sue a neighbor because they were barbecuing in their backyard, and because she's vegan, she
Hold on,
didn't
in their
like-
backyard?
Yeah, in their own
barbecuing
backyard.
their own food in
Yeah.
their backyard. I'm just
Yeah.
making sure I'm following.
Yeah, so a
How
neighbor.
dare they, right? I
Yeah.
get it.
Son of a bitch.
You how dare
We're all citizens of the world.
Yeah. We're here.
Assholes.
they ought to tell her? Yeah, per her views, why even have a fence? Because
Right.
we're all one here.
Right.
I should be able to barbecue in your backyard.
As
But
long
yeah.
as it's vegetables.
So she tried to sue because she didn't like the smell of the meat coming over into her
And
backyard.
It's not even barbecue that she was upset about. It's fish.
Right.
Well, I guess she's not a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got pissed off. She filed a court case to sue her neighbors for barbecuing in their yard.
Yes.
So all right, I'm just making sure I'm following this.
Correct.
And now you're saying that people are showing up in droves to barbecue.
My understanding is there's like a
Like-
rally for like 1,000 some people to come in all barbecue.
Yeah, I want to say it
outside
was
of-
like 2,000 or 3,000. Like it was.
I
a
can
scene.
get behind this far more than the Area 51 raid, because the Area 51 raid may get people killed, but this emaciated vegan's not going to be able to do
Yeah.
anything but file paperwork.
Let's rewind that. Do you think that the government would kill people that came to Area 51?
well,
do.
they should. They
Really?
should. They should cull
Why?
the herd.
What would make you say that?
It's a restricted place, secure. Like if you went down,
But they're not going to start
They're not
firing.
going to kill people.
yeah.
Why the fuck? What are you talking about?
If you went down,
They would just
right
lump
na-
your nugget up and knock you out and lock
yeah.
you
if
up.
you went down right now to Richmond International Airport and you jump the fence and try to run out into where they have secured jets, you get shot.
Nah.
No,
Yes.
They would run you down. They're not
No.
going to shoot you.
I think they'd shoot you.
I don't think so.
I think the biggest thing with Area 51 is it's going to be some just
There's
you know,
nothing there.
Some
Well-
some century or some guy who's just sees everybody coming and then loses it. Just lets
You
well, I would
realize
imagine they've been briefing people on
Yeah,
this for a while now,
but-
right?
they've moved the stuff out of Area 51. If there ever was anything, it's not there now.
Yeah, because now it's a great like.
It's a tourist trap.
Well, now it's like, yeah, that's where we have all our stuff, and really you have it in Area 53.
Right.
Yeah, of course. That's
Well, that's
But
why
you just keep-
like Whistle Dick on Rogan said that it was some other place where he saw all that stuff.
yeah. You go
Yeah.
somewhere. They don't have that crap there. You go
No.
to where the action is, but everyone's going there because it's the tourist trap.
Yeah.
Just
It
like we
sounds
should
cool.
be barbecuing in this vegan's yard.
it's the biggest decoy ever.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, we got Thomas showing
But I mean,
up with the
I
food.
applaud the people that are doing it. Like, I feel like it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, I
What,
want to know what the fuck's
going to
on.
Area 51?
Yeah, how else are you going to find out?
But
'Cause
do you honestly think there's anything to be
Like,
found?
I feel like what they're trying to do is the core of what
Yeah.
people should be doing.
I get it.
yeah, questioning and
Do you-
rallying.
but
and
do you
rallying.
like,
think-
when you're like, we're not getting any answers, no assholes are ever going to tell us anything. We've
So we'll
resigned
go
to that
find
for
it.
hundreds of years. If we can get thousands of people to go to their doorstep, maybe we'll
Yeah.
find out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Do you think
Because
the
otherwise,
average
you-
person should know a lot of the government information? That they are. Obviously, the government's hiding things from us. Do you think we'd be better served by having it all out there or not? Because I personally think
No, there's
if
some
the government
things.
if the government's hiding certain things from us, it's probably for the better.
some things.
That's a similar argument to free speech, right?
Meaning,
Like, you're just saying that I'm cool with a ton of this gray area where we can decide. In other words, what do you think they should be able to keep? Who puts the fork in the ground as to what they can keep from us? You?
Right.
Somebody else?
I don't know.
'Cause
That's my point.
I tend to agree. There's certain things that I think we should know. They're probably hiding far more than they need to.
yeah, but
But
the
there's
average.
probably certain things we don't want to know to like.
Yeah, but see, the average person, unfortunately, is not interested. I mean, the only reason Area 51's getting the attention is because it's been
It's a fucking Facebook
It's been
post.
marketed. Well, no, I'm just saying over the years, like that's Roswell. That's where everything's hidden.
The
But
trial
they're not.
are
They're
the
not
people
actually,
that want to know about it.
For
all the
sure.
nerds.
See,
Yeah,
if we could
they-
all just adopt an alpha beta mentality, we'd all be better off.
Yeah, I don't know.
So where is that on the level of what you want to know? Is that not up there?
Oh, I care
Or
about.
are you just already assume that there's plenty of aliens, so you don't give a fuck?
I tend to believe there's aliens there, but Elon Musk last week was saying that he knows far more than the government. I don't know how factual that is, but he says because of his space program, like he's very
because of my
into-
car he's up there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been running checks.
Yeah,
But he's
exactly.
like, no, we haven't had contact.
I just don't put much credit in the government, and I would assume that whatever they were telling us might not be correct anyway.
So this isn't. We've all seen this happen, and read into it how you want. I'm not giving any facts here, but you always see like presidents when they come into office, they always are like, we're going to do this and we're going to do this,
Yeah.
and then they get that big debriefing, right? And then they're like,
you're not doing shit.
We're going to scale it back on that one. We're still going to chase this one. Like, what happens in that debrief that they hear and go, oh, I was way off on that particular topic, like Guantanamo staying where it is, kind of things like that. Like, you see that happen all the time. There's information out there that clearly is flying in the face of what we think is going on, and some of it probably should stay right where it is and allow us to figure it out.
I just think of Nicholson.
That's my take.
In A Few Good Men, where he says you can't handle the truth. I truly believe.
I think we can handle 80% of the truth.
I believe we don't want to know. We're better off not knowing a lot of the truth.
Also, there's a difference in that. The question, like, do you want to know everything that they have to do things?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
And maybe that's part of it.
You don't want to know how the sausage is
Everybody's
made.
okay.
Right.
Everybody's okay with the result,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
but the cause is well hidden.
Yeah. But if you ask me if I want to know if we have technology and ships from outer space, I don't think there's any negative to us knowing
that's
that.
part of the 80% I'd love to know about.
Right.
Like,
But-
if I could
And
really
it
be
confuses
told.
me that they don't tell us.
But there's no money in everybody knowing.
Is there money in people not knowing? Religion. That's it. Yeah.
I just think there's certain things, like which I can't even come up with an example.
Right, that's the reason.
like-
That's the main reason, right?
Security things, I don't think we need to know.
or
but
defense. That's the whole.
Yeah,
defense
yeah.
and religion. Right. That's it.
yeah,
For what?
But like 80% of the if microwaves were really from
Like if-
alien
the
technology,
shroud of
love to
safety
know
is
that.
always why they say they don't do a lot of things for safety.
Well, what they're saying is it's because we're using. They would say if you were to ask somebody if you found all this shit and you asked them why you're hiding this, they would say because we're trying to develop it so that we can stay ahead of China and everybody else for
Yeah.
our technology. That's what they would say, right?
Yeah,
But I would tell you that it also no one on the religious side wants that to come out, right?
yeah, that's true.
So all those people, the Vatican, people that are making billions of dollars,
yeah, that
off
would
of
blow
people-
them up for
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
I'm just saying the people in possession of said technology don't want it out there just because they know they can make a buck.
They want to own it.
If you give it to everybody, then somebody's going to figure out a better way to do it. They're going to
Well, you just got to be smart.
produce it.
Like Elon Musk, right? I keep going back to him, but Elon Musk is every single patent that he's put out there and everything he's done to create the Teslas and all of his electric, he's put all of that out there to be used. Every last bit of it.
But the thing about that is who's protecting it. So people, the theory, is it Lockheed is the one that's keeping this under wraps? The answer is no.
No.
Right?
No.
It's a government official that's keeping it under wraps.
Yes.
They're not doing that because the reason that they're doing it is because they think they're doing the right thing.
And they're inept.
But so what is it, right? Like, I mean,
Right.
who knows? They know something.
I think it's in between what we're saying.
Yeah,
The Lockheeds want to make the money on it. At the same time, people in government want us to have better technology than everybody else. They see it as the same way with AI.
Yeah.
The first country that develops
Wins.
this wins the whole world.
Yep.
Forever.
Yeah.
That's how everybody sees it.
And so you got to chase it, even if
Right.
it is the destruction of mankind.
Exactly.
Because for
Yeah,
those
it's
last
going-
100 years, you win.
Yeah. But all of these politicians that cover it up, they think they're doing the right thing because of the other things.
And they have no clue.
No, they have to have a clue because they're
They
the
gotta-
ones.
I'm
They're the
s-
ones that are doing everything.
I know they have. What I'm saying is they have an idea, but like you said, it's all skewed in their favor, which is whatever they think. Like they're helping covering it up.
I think a lot of
they're
them.
not-
I think a lot of the politicians think that we're a lot of waterheads and we can't even understand.
I
and
fully agree with that.
and handle
But
it.
that's what you just said. We are waterheads. We should know it.
A lot of us, yes,
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, it has to be consumable for everybody or nobody then.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right? You can't go, we're going to disseminate this information to the 50% of the population that won't overreact.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's your problem. You have to play to the lowest common denominator.
and that's never going to happen.
No, you got that UT kid. Like, he can't handle the fact that maybe
Yeah. Sorry, son, you're not going to be a T-shirt designer when you grow up.
It is funny though. Like it'd be different if you had a lot of operators charging Area 51, but you got a bunch of LARPers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is going to be so funny.
With their
Like
their
giant
conspiracy-
plastic swords.
Yeah, I was
Like,
about to
it's
say,
gonna
they got their
be
lightsabers,
some roleplay
like-
shit. Yeah.
Conspiracy
Like,
theorists, you know,
Yeah,
like
it's going to be awesome.
It will be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
for
it's-
sure.
it's-
But I'm having an easier time getting behind the barbecue people. That's all I'm saying. I get it. It's a victimless crime. Outside of that, shitty vegan.
Yeah.
One victim.
Yes.
One victim.
I would enjoy knowing what's going on in Area 51 more than seeing the vegan get her shit rubbed into the ground.
Yeah, I just think there's more danger in this. To Troy's point, I don't know that they're going to be shooting people, but
No.
the government's not going to react kindly
No.
to these people trying to come into their facility, regardless if all that's in there is a break room. They're not going
Right.
to like it. You know what I
They'll
mean?
have a SWAT team and they'll just club them over the head and pepper spray them and drag their asses out of there. They ain't killing nobody.
No, especially not something that public.
No.
Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
Exactly.
They-
Which
they
is kind of
can't.
the subtle brilliance behind the thing.
That is. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should start doing that on every government agency. Start rallying up. Now, look, they're going to shut down the podcast.
Yeah.
I take
I
it
guess
back.
it also depends. Like now that I know that it's a bunch of LARPers from the internet, we're not worried about killing them.
Yeah.
If it's Tommy G
If it
in
is
his white
operators,
van,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
may blow
Let's
that
kill some
motherfucker up.
people.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I
time
mean?
to kill some people.
Yeah.
yeah. See, don't shoot the guy with the cardboard sword.
Yeah.
He's not. He's
That
not.
should be the motto of all the Department of Defense.
Yeah.
Can you reevaluate that?
Don't shoot the guy with the cardboard sword. Leave the nerds alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that has his homemade crest on his shirt, he's good.
Yeah. If he's got a cape on,
Yeah. Is that the Legends of Zelda crest? Okay, you're good.
exactly.
You're cool. Come on in. We got Twinkies. Twinkies and coffee, fatty.
So I just pulled it up, but this is the website for
I
the
thought that
raid.
happened
You
a
could-
while ago.
You could totally
It's still-
disarm.
it's this-
You could totally disarm all of them.
Let's
You
see
just outsmarted them by like
Get
setting
raid
up tables
gear.
for video games or something.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Just some donuts
Yeah.
over here.
You
and
know those
like-
big trucks that the kids get for video games where
Yeah.
it's all like
Oh,
giant
yeah.
3D? Be like, look what we got, y'all.
How about
There'd just
just
be
a
a line outside of that bitch.
How about just a pair of boobs?
I was gonna
They're
say
gonna
even
stop-
better.
What?
Oh, you're a Hooters waitress, so you're not working today?
Oh my God! You set
We
up a
could use you
Hooters.
over
Right,
here.
Yeah, you just set up
exactly.
a Hooters tent. And we're
Yeah.
raiding the Hooters.
Sorry, guys, my motivation's not there anymore. Let's go check out this video game truck and
Yeah.
some wings.
They got topless chicks serving wings over here at the video game truck.
Gross.
Let's go over there. Let's
Yeah.
check that out.
That would be the greatest distraction ever. Titties
Unfortunately,
and
though,
beer.
I feel like that would work on us,
There's,
not them.
Yes.
there's no doubt, but that's why I'm not even
You need a
in New
video game
Mexico.
truck.
Like, I don't want to get too far from my Hooters.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see the leader. Stop getting distracted, guys! We came here for a mission.
All right, eunuchs to the front line. We got to
Yeah.
get past the Hooters tent.
Exactly. And you guys are all expendable.
I don't know why I just
Keep it rolling.
think of that World of Warcraft thing, though. Leroy Jenkins.
Yes,
Like, he's
dude.
fucking it all up
And
for
you
everybody.
know there will be 20 people yelling that on their way into Area 51. At least 20.
Yep. Yep, just ruining for everybody.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, in a couple weeks, we'll find out how that goes. You'll have to tune back in. I'm
I
sure we'll have
guarantee
coverage.
nothing will happen. Not one person will show up for that thing.
One minivan.
One 14-year-old that had his stepmom drop him off.
Right. Around
He'll
the
be like,
corner. Around
yeah,
the corner so his other
exactly,
LARPers
yeah,
don't
yeah.
see him. Yeah.
Yeah, the only ones who make it through
Embarrass
are
me, Mom.
the prepubescent nerds. They're the
Yeah.
only ones who get through.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they start, like, remember Holy Grail, Monty Python, where they hit the walls with the swords? Like, chop the swords on the side of the building. Because they don't know what to do when they get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We'll be talking to you next week. If you haven't had a chance to send in some topics, please do so over at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com or reach out to us on Facebook. Let us know what you're thinking about, or you can always find us on Instagram and Twitter at ITPH Podcast. Don't forget to drop ITPH in the coupon code over at Nectar Sunglasses. It's 30% off. If you got 30% too much money, don't worry about it. But otherwise, I would do it.
Yeah, my sister and her friend called me up the other day. They love nectar, and they wanted the code because they're going to buy a whole rack of nectars.
I love it. Rack up those points.
Yeah, I said, be sure to use the ITPH code for 30% off.
I'm talking about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers. Peace out.
Cheers. Don't let me down, Adam. That's a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
That was a really good podcast.